Mr. Wolf's Pancakes by Jan Fernley. You love pancakes, don't you, Lola? One day, Mr. Wolf was feeling hungry. He fancied some pancakes. Yum, yum, he said, licking his lips at the thought of a big pile of fresh, delicious pancakes. Mr. Wolf had never made pancakes before, so he took out his big recipe book down off the shelf and looked inside. Yep. Upside down. But wolves can't read very well, and Mr. Wolf had trouble making sense of it, so he went to get some help from his neighbours. He called in on Chicken Licken, who lived next door. "Please, can you help me to read this book?" said the wolf. "No," said Chicken Licken, slamming the door in Mr. Wolf's face. Bang! Oh dear, thought Mr. Wolf, and he sat down slowly, read the book, and worked out what he needed all by himself. Flour, eggs, and milk. Mr. Wolf looked in his cupboard for ingredients, but he couldn't find any of them. "I'll go to the shop," he decided, and he sat down to write a list. But wolves aren't very good at writing, so Mr. Wolf called on Wee Willie Winkie. There's Wee Willie Winkie. "You're very clever," said Mr. Wolf. "Can you help me write my shopping list, please?" "No," said Wee Willie Winkie. "Go away." And he slammed his door. Bang! "Oh, there's no need to be like that," said Mr. Wolf quietly. Mr. Wolf sat down, tried very hard with his writing until he made himself a shopping list all by himself. Good job, there's his writing. Now he needed to count his money to make sure he had enough, but wolves aren't very good at counting, so he went to the gingerbread man for some help. Oh, the gingerbread man does not look very happy. "Can you help me count my money, please?" said the wolf. "No, I'm too busy to bother with you," said the gingerbread man, slamming his door. Bang! Oh dear. So poor Mr. Wolf sat down and counted his money. It took him a long time, and he had to check it 3 times before it was right, but he did it all by himself. Mr. Wolf needed a basket to help carry his shopping. He called on Little Red Riding Hood. There's Little Red Riding Hood. And he said, "Please, may I borrow your basket?" Very nicely. He asked that very nicely. "I'm not lending my basket to you," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Now clear off." So Mr. Wolf set off to the shop without the basket. "I'll manage," he said. Where is his shop? Eggs. Oh, there's silver bells and cockle shells and eggs and lemons. Mr. Wolf went to the shop. He looked at his list, remembered what he needed, counted out his money, and carried the eggs, the milk, and the flour home all by himself. Now it was time to make the pancakes, but wolves aren't very good at cooking, so Mr. Wolf called on the 3 little pigs. 1, 2, 3 little pigs. "Can you help me to cook my pancakes?" "I'll share them with you," he said kindly. Oh, he's crying. "Not a chance," said the pigs, slamming their doors. Bang, bang, bang. Mr. Wolf felt sad because nobody wanted to help him. A little bit sad. Mr. Wolf went home and started to make the pancakes all by himself. Mixed them up. Soon there was a huge pile of delicious pancakes on the table, all ready for eating. Yum, yum. I know who'd like those pancakes. Who do I know who would like those pancakes? Let me think. Oh, yes, that is right. You would love those pancakes, wouldn't you, Lola? Now, Mr. Wolf had been making his pancakes, a lovely smell came out of his kitchen. All of the neighbours could smell those pancakes, and it made them feel very hungry. They wanted some pancakes too, so they decided to try their luck. That's not good running good over there. So they knocked on the door, Mr. Wolf's door. "Give us some pancakes," said the rotten lot. "Oh, why shall I give any to you?" said Mr. Wolf. "Not one of you would help me." "Well, we'll help you eat them," replied Mr. Wolf's neighbours nastily. "Anyway, we're not going anywhere until you have given us some." Mr. Wolf thought very hard for a moment, and there was only one decent thing to do. "Oh, very well then," he sighed. "You'd better come in." Mr. Wolf opened his door and whoosh! His greedy neighbours pushed past him inside and dashed down the hall. Mr. Wolf shook his head, shrugged his shoulders, and followed them into the kitchen. And when they were all in, Mr. Wolf gobbled them up, snippety-snappity, and that was the end of his unhelpful neighbours. And then, with his bulging tummy not quite full, Mr. Wolf sat down to eat his pile of pancakes. And he did it all by himself. Well, there was nobody else around. And there he is, feeling fat and full after his pancakes. I hope you love this story as much as I love it and as much as your mummy loves it, Lola. Now hop into bed, snuggle down, and be a good girl and go to sleep. Love you.